Alrighty. So I'm gonna start making videos based off of the sole purpose of just kind of looking back at games that I used to play as a kid. Uh, go back and be like, hey, did this game actually, was it good? Is it bad? Uh, Rant some about game design. The the likeliness of it, of it being a staple in life. I'm just gonna go easy because I don't actually know any better. But so MDK, or Murder Death Kill, was originally the brainchild of the people who created Earthworm Jim. The guy basically was sick of making childlike games, and he made Murder Death Kill, the original one, for the PlayStation 1. I never played that. That was out before my time. But I played this, made by BioWare, who at this point was actually making the original Baldur's Gate. Long before the Mass Effects, long before everything else. They were making the first, like, isometric Baldur's Gate. So, they had this. Which is funny too, because the original creator of Earthworm Jim hated how quickly they made him go from Earthworm Jim to the sequel, and then after MDK was made, the game publisher wanted them to make a sequel, like, right away, which they didn't want to. So the game publisher actually gave it to a different developer, who was BioWare, and then this game was made. Now, this is just like a funny, not serious game whatsoever. It was kind of meant to be that way. It was meant to be like basically a shot in the dark of just like somebody's brainchild coming into life. I like it. As a kid, it frustrated me a lot for certain reasons that we'll find out fairly soon. But for right now, I don't know if you heard any of this story over my voice, but whatever.
Kurt, you've done well. Everything's Jake
For sure. It's an Australian thing, I think, or Canadian
whatever.
thing. I don't know.
Don't sell yourself short. Those aliens never knew what hit them. A major setback for them, I'm certain.
Yeah, I'm glad it's over.
Yes.
I love the fact that this guy is a janitor. He's got nothing else going on. Not that he doesn't have anything else going on, but like he's just Earth-saving hero because he's a janitor to the scientists who got dragged along into space by the scientists. Good gravy! It's Edmonton.
Well, Kurt, I hope you're up to saving the world one more time, eh?
You sure are quick to send me down.
Kurt's got like some kind of like coil suit, it's called, where it's like springs and such. Kind of a cool thing. For the PlayStation 2, graphics, okay. Set designs, very nice, as we will see. Once we actually get down here, they do a little tutorial section, which we also see soon once I get past this part. This was a staple of MDK. MDK only had 6 levels, I believe, and what it was basically is you had these earth movers, aliens attacking, these things that you see on the left there, and every mission started with him falling out of the sky, out of the ship, to land on the earth mover. So, we started off this game with realizing that even with the PlayStation 2 and its analog controls, you have the D-pad for this, so if it looks a little janky, that's because it is. Controlling a flying man falling through the sky as you dodge missiles and lasers and all that with a D-pad on a PlayStation 2 game with, analog sticks is never not going to be interesting to me. Obviously he can glide. It's pretty straightforward. Good design there. I like how it works. No idea, but it does, which is nice. Oof, it's inverted. Okay. Yeah, Jesus. Okay. So the tutorial section has me change controls. This gets clicked on because that's ridiculous, and that, please. And then controller layouts. Look at the mess this controller layout is. And I'd like to point out that your look up and down at the very bottom there is the analog stick, but your movement is still on the D-pads. It's like tank movement. I personally usually go with F, but like just take a peek at these controller settings. Absolutely wild in my mind that this was like a thing. Like, I don't know how do you sit down and come up with this many different control schemes for this game? If you know what I mean. Like,
Got to refresh your memory on how to use the coil suit.
there. So this controls more like a, left moves you around, right stick moves you, or makes you look around. The only oddity with this one is left trigger is jump. Right trigger shoot. Sniper down on the D-pad, which is another thing you'll figure out. I don't have any items yet, and then face buttons don't do anything.
Once you're comfortable moving around, stand by the arrow in the center of the room and face the exit.
Now, don't get me wrong. I am glad that they do this kind of tutorial section. You know, if you never played the original MDK, and especially for back then, this was a lot with this kind of like movement, pace, that kind of stuff. Nowadays, this game, or this tutorial, is far too long. So originally Kurt has this, I don't know, another peak on his face that's now the endless machine gun that is on his wrist, which, when fired, will fire where you're looking, like centered off in the screen basically, or if there's enemies around it will auto aim to them, which is okay, you know, it makes sense. It can get kind of, I don't know, I'm supposed to throw them, sorry. Up with the D-pad throws items. It's the one you have selected. Very bouncy grenades. But you have unlimited ammo with this until you get other weapons, which we will see, or pickups I should say. See? Okay. The trigger being a jump button is super odd, but this is the only control scheme that I like. That's the only oddity.
Jump to the next platform. Press and hold the jump button and glide forward with the movement controls to your target.
Yeah, he's telling you.
Jumping onto that nearest platform, Kurt.
Oh, climbing, great. So this is mostly a platformer of sorts.
I've turned on a fan in the middle of the room.
That's also a shooter. Now we'll realize later on, or we'll find out later on, you'll see later on, is that originally, in the original MDK, you only played as Kurt. Further on, you'll realize that we actually end up playing as both the dog, can't remember his name right now, and the scientist, or the doctor. Sniper button. Yeah. This is sniper mode. You can strafe. Your left stick does strafe back and forth. You can't go forward or backwards. You can go strafing back and forth. You can zoom in and out with the left stick also. And if you'll see at the very top right there, you have your character, or Kurt, strafing back and forth, whatever else. And as an example, if I shoot now, you'll see the bullet do bullet time. Now, I'm doing that just to skip the tutorial. There's a lot more with you, like, shooting sniper grenades at things or whatever else. But whenever you see one of these blue orbs, you're supposed to snipe it. You can't just spray it, you have to snipe it. Oh my god, the sensitivity. There's also something else you can control. That might be too much. I guess we're gonna find out. Wow, that is whatever. It's fine. Alrighty, here we go. So MDK. Here they run a test out your sniping skills. And he explodes for some reason. Nope, I forgot that he doesn't die of that though. You'll see in the top left there's a health bar. As they get injured, they run away, they bleed green. They shoot at you. You don't get any drops from them, oddly enough. But I don't know if there's fall damage. I don't think I ever hit any point where it mattered, if there was. Dummy decoys are interesting. There's things up there. So I'll jump on this to begin with. I don't know if I can get those. It's been a little while since I've played this. Bada bing, bada boom. And you can shoot these guys from a wild distance. Like I said, everything auto aims. So you just look in the general direction of what you want to kill. Okay, ready to just go. And pull the trigger. And they will die. It's pretty easy. I know there's other difficulties, which would probably make this more, you know, difficult and more interesting for that matter. Also, because you don't have to worry about bullets, just always shoot everything. There's never going to be anything that's going to stop you from shooting it. Or, I mean, it will. These are checkpoints. But, this goes, run around, move, aim in the general direction, hold a fire weapon. Done. Now there's a bunch of pickups in here. You use left and right on the D-pad to swap between your items. So I have grenades and then what they call a dummy decoy. Can't say I ever really use these because uneasy, you don't really need them. Dummy decoys are nice though if you're facing other enemies. You can throw it out, whatever else, take some of the heat off of you. Works out well. So I can just probably show you what they do right now. They bounce around a lot. That thing dances around, makes noise, draws the attention. And you can shoot your own one for some reason. You can kind of like send it into an area or a room with that. Grenades, never really used them. Can I not destroy these things? Sniper grenade. And life. Bow, bow. Cloak. I will use that. So these enemies are supposedly tougher, but with the cloak you can run right by. This is very early stages of the games. Super chain gun. Now this is an upgrade to your regular rifle. Now I will end up... secret area? I will end up using it at some point, once I'm further in this level, just to speed things up. But you've seen the speed things are dying at. Well, this will speed it up. But these guys are like mini bosses of a sort. Oof. Okay. Alright. Okay. Toss a grenade at you. Grenades do a lot of damage. They're kind of... oh my god. Can I move? Can I get up? Thanks. Alright, that one's dead. Whatever. So anyways, you saw how long it took to kill him. With the super chain gun, it takes almost no time. Okay, alright. I am sorry for who's shooting at me. Existing. So how long it took to kill that thing. I'll go over and I'll equip the super chain gun, which you see it goes on the end of his gun. So much quicker. This room's full of these things. Shoot them all to get out. I'm kind of going off from memory of my last playthrough here. Might have to do some searching around, whatever else. This game is a shooter, platform, puzzle game, in a way. I've heard a lot of people relate to the first one as a shooter point-and-click adventure. as in the like a way of like you have to look at the environments and figure out what you need to do to make certain things happen, whether that be open doors or kill enemies. You know, certain enemies or certain bosses wouldn't just, you couldn't just shoot them to death. You had to actually like do something specific for it to actually like, you know, work. So it was kind of like a puzzle game. I think BioWare with the second game here went in a different direction. I think they went more shooter. Now, there are puzzle areas, but they are like mostly puzzle, barely any action. Then you get like Kurt's areas and the dog's areas, which are almost all action, no puzzles. Kurt's have some puzzles, whatever else. As we'll figure out later with the dog, almost no puzzles, just shoot 'em up. The dog has 4 arms, and you can put a gun in each arm, in each hand. So, there's that. Here we do a lot of flying up. I think this is their way of loading screens back in, you know, this time, this era. Okay, these things will shoot you all the time. Honestly, they do very little health because I'm on easy. And this is where we have to learn to use the different sniper stuff. Now there's hopers, there's mortars, and then sniper grenades. Now in this case, I want you to use the sniper mortars. So what you're gonna do, while I'm just getting absolutely shot at, is if you look at the top right, you have your little window. Now with the original bullet, it flies, but it follows it. With the mortar, when you shoot it, you can actually see how far it goes. So I know it's short, so I'm gonna raise up. And I just missed, so I'll go up a little bit higher. Okay. There we go. Then if I look down, mortar's in there with them. Boom. Big explosion. Now, I can go up. You can shoot while flying. These guys die really quickly because, well, I have the super chain gun on it. I did not mean to throw that. That's okay. I have 1 sniper mortar. Let's see if I can do this the first try. Nope. Okay, so in this case, I have to go back and not grab another sniper mortar. Where? Oh, they spawned next to me on the platform that I ran out of. Cool. This is another part of the tutorial. This whole first level basically is just one big tutorial. I don't know where I was the first one, so I'm gonna have to judge this a little bit differently. Why am I so far away? Is it up here? Oh my god, I hit the wrong button again. Ups the daisies. Ooh, nice try. Second time. Oh, by the way, air vents, open up the parachute, you'll fly. These guys drop down, wait for them to drop down, and start shooting as you way over. See you later. Alright. Same thing, rinse and repeat. Really want you to figure out these, oh, alright. Sniper mortars, I'll take that. It's a close one. And no enemies. Okay. Go over there. So one thing I do like about this is the maneuverability, the platforming, the verticality. It all feels very in tune. Now, as we'll notice as we go up this area here, all these platforms and everything else are just that. They are a vertical space for you to use, but no real sense in like a world sense. You know what I mean? Like, yes, cool. There are floating platforms with air vents on them that we can jump onto and use the parachute and get like to places like these. Where in like a logistical sense does any of this make sense? Where, why do the aliens have this? Why do they have random platforms floating out in the middle of nowhere? Why are there just air vents? Stuff like that that's like, I notice now as an adult, but as a kid I was like, ooh, platform, you know. It's just one of those deals where it's like, boss time. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense when you really look at it. I'm full on health, I don't know what I'm grabbing this. This is the pilot. If you played the original game, you'll realize that the end goal basically of all 6 levels was to beat the mini boss and then to beat the pilot of the ship. That would destroy the ship, and then you would basically do what you had to do. I'm just gonna start looking because I know what I gotta do. Ow. Missed. Okay. Alright, see you later. Wait for the next thing to open up. These guys will drop down. Make quick work with them because I have the super chain. Another one opens up. I'm getting shot by the thing, but once again, easy mode is easy mode. I'm supposed to like be moving around, strafing, dodging those things, whatever else. Just a lot of camera shaking, in all honesty. He pokes his head out. He's looking at you. Shoot him a couple times. He jumps down. Somewheres, there he is. I have the super chain gun, so I'm just gonna start using that against him. A couple of grenades. Okay, just exploded. Boss defeated. Now, in the original MDK, this is it. You defeated the boss. Level done. You've had a good time. It's the end of it. In MDK2, that is not. Which we'll find out sort of in this cutscene.
The pilot is gone. What now?
What? What's that? Sorry, you turn your thingy up. I'm not getting a clear signal, my boy. Speak from the diaphragm.
Doctor!
Eh? What? Kurt, listen to me. I want you to lie down. Take a break. Relax.
What? I can't hear you.
I don't want to alarm you, but there's something very behind you. Look, it's conspicuous.
There's something behind... What? What?
Turn around, you fool! Ow! Whoa!
Oh, I'm just too good for my own bad self. Hello, Earth. Who's your daddy? Why, yes, I am.
I remember as a kid, this character being absolutely wild. I'm gonna cut the first episode here. Let me know what you guys think. If you like it,
Kurt,
give me a comment.
can you hear me?
Let me know if you want to see any other video games from this age, whatever else. If you want me to kind of continue this series, I'm gonna do at least the first 3. I'm gonna do the dog, which I already forgot his name. I just said it. Now I'm gonna do the scientist one. And I'll do this like a 3-part series kind of thing, and then I'll go from there. And then if you guys want me to continue, then I will keep going with the series. But till then, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.